Check one, check two, check three, check four. Check one, check two, check three, check four. Hey, what's up? So right now I'm just trying to adjust everything on screen, so I'm not officially started yet. You can follow along though, and I would advise if you are going to use this, in the description there should be a link to what I want to use as my setup. So you can go ahead and download that. Adjust everything on screen, so I'm not officially started yet. You can follow along though, and I would advise if you are going to use this, in the description there should be a link to what I want to use as my setup. So you can go ahead and download that. Alright, I'm just trying to get everything in order here. I really do need to create more scenes, so this can be a lot easier. Alright, I'm just trying to get everything in order here. I really do need to create more scenes, so this can be a lot easier. Alright, so everything looks good for now. So we're just going to do this from beginning to end. I want to go feed my cats because they are fuming right now. I get it back here in a couple of minutes. We'll officially get started. What's up, everybody? Sorry for being a couple minutes late, running on Indian time out here. If I am turkey native, so I can make such jokes, and if you're not, I don't care. You gotta have thick skin to be in this game. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So, sorry for being a couple minutes late, running on Indian time out here. If I am turkey native, so I can make such jokes, and if you're not, I don't care. You gotta have thick skin to be in this game. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So, okay, first one, do a quick audio check here. Just make sure that my sound still comes through. I had to mute my computer. Okay, first one, do a quick audio check here. Just make sure that my sound still comes through. I had to mute my computer. All right, everything looks good. So let's go ahead and get started here. Um, First off, in the description of the stream, click on that, and you're going to see a download link. You'll want to get that file. It's a mega. We're going to use that for everything. It's going to be a super quick, super easy setup. And the reason I want to do this is that not everybody has MAME up on their systems, which I think is essential in the light gun game and just emulation in general. I mean, MAME, your arcade, your duck hunts, your House of the Dead, your Virtua Cop, your Aliens, Terminator, all that can run on MAME. It's like the backbone of this. I mean, this is why you get these units. So I don't feel you should go out and have to buy like a $300-400 drive just to play those games. So this is how we want to do this. I want to show you how to do it. Trust me, it's going to be quick, simple, easy. You don't want to have a bunch of tools to help you out as well, and I will go through and explain what those do. And we're going to download everything that we need to get started. So we're going to need MAME. We're going to do Hook of the Reaper. We're going to do Auto Hotkey, and we're going to do version 1 on that. That is the most used in these builds. I don't let none of that scare you. I'm going to go step by step, show you how to do it. This is how it's going to look when it's done. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll understand what all this is as far as how it relates to what you need. And you can follow along and do this with me. Alright, so first thing we'll need to do is find a place to put your MAME. MAME does not extract to a folder itself. MAME, you're going to have to create a folder for MAME first. There's a blank one. I'm just going to call it MAME 0284, since that's what MAME is at right now. I am not going to give you the files, but if you're already in the Discord, I do have a pre-built MAME set, and I'm using those exact files from that one over, so you can download MAME and you can use those ROMs and toss them into here. But if you want to use the more updated ROMs, this will give you a listing of all the ones that you need to get. Okay, so we have our MAME file right here created. Next, you're going to want to go into the description, and I'm actually going to go right to the video. Here we are. So, description, you're going to see this right here. And we're just going to click it, download it. It's a super small file. It's only 429 megabytes. You can just download it wherever. Where you download it, it does not matter. The fact that you do download it, that what does matter. Okay, and just go to wherever you have it downloaded at. It's a zip file. You'll see MAME setup, and you'll see all these right here. So this is everything that I pre-created. We have all these auto hotkeys over here. We have Hook of the Reaper, and we have this Hook of the Reaper. Now, I will say this. Darren does an amazing job with Hook of the Reaper. six bolt, fantastic. Um, I haven't yet messed with his latest release very much, so I am going off the Hook of the Reaper version that I have in my other main setup because I know that works for everything, even the ones that you need the Mame Lewis scripts for, which also I'm not going to share those with you, but if you do come across those that has someone who can give those to you, this is going to be pre-set up to use that. All you gotta do is drop the scripts where you need to go, and that's it. You're good to play. So just keep that in mind. The newer Hook of the Reaper, I just could not get those working with the Lewis. I'm sure he probably has something in the notes. And again, like I said, I haven't messed with the new one very much. So once I do that, if I get it working, I will do a update on that, either an update stream or an update video. So we're going to use the contained Hook of the Reaper right in here. And actually, it looks like I don't have Hook of the Reaper in here. What do you know? Okay, so after this video, I will put up the Hook of the Reaper that I use, so we can use it here. Okay, so we are just going to take all of these. Actually, first you actually got to download Mame. So let's do that next. So come to here, just download your Mame. Download Windows, exe. Just let it do its magic for a little bit. Alright, and we're good to go. Okay, double click the zip. You may have this pop up. Mine does all the time. I don't know if it's how I have my computer set up, but it does that just for about everything. You're going to go to the folder that you created. So it's going to be down here for me in PC. I put it in the root of my D. It's always best to put the folder in the root of whatever drive that you plan on using. Extract. Let it do its thing. Let's go to our Mame. All right, we have all our files. Okay, now we're going to move these files over into here, and we're going to replace everything. So I'm just going to go all the way down here, select all this, just drop it in a open spot over here. All right, and it says 8-10 minutes. I mean, it's really bad at guessing. And yes, replace everything. All right, we are done. You're going to see all this down here. And we're pretty much already preset to go. All we got to do is drop in our ROMs, and that's it. So we try to do anything right now, there's nothing's going to happen. Oh, but you're going to be asked if you want access to the network. You're going to hit allow. This is actually coming from Mame Hooker, so Mame Hooker will need that open. So if you do plan on running Mame Hooker in the future or right now, hit allow so Mame Hooker can work for you. Now, right now, and that was my fault on the upload, I will refresh. I will put a new upload up. Yeah, we'll have Hook of the Reaper, but let me find it here. Mame Lightgun, Hook of the Reaper. Okay, so this is one that I want to use. This is an older version, but it works for me on this. And just go back to what I mentioned earlier. I'm sure the newer one's a lot more improved, a lot more fun stuff, but this is what works stable for this setup here. And whenever I really mess around with the newer stuff, I'll show you how to update that with this. So now we have Hook of the Reaper, and I'll have this version up as a download later after this video is out. But we're still not done yet. Gets auto hotkey. If you already have a build going, you probably already do have auto hotkey. But if you do not or not sure, just go ahead and download it. It's like a very small file. Autohotkey.com. Hit download, and you'll want the depreciated version. This is a version that most builders still use, and not everything made for this is going to translate well with that. So this is just a more stable version right now, at least as far as our light gun hobby goes. All right, we have that set up. And you can really install this anywhere. Yeah, it's whatever. Okay, you should be set to go. One note, if you don't have Hookah to Reaper, or I'm sorry, if you don't have auto hotkey, you see how these have the H icon right here? It'll probably just be blank. But once you download auto hotkey and you refresh that, then all that should pop up with the H's. So that's how you know you have auto hotkey. Okay, next we're going to drop in our ROMs. So I'm just going to use the ones I already had from my other build. Alright, so these are going to be all the ones you're going to need for the CHDs. Area 51, 51MX, BBH, BBH 2 point. You get the drift. And then these are going to be all the games through here. Now, these also have the Model 2 games as well, since those do play with MAME. Now, is it going to be the best way to play these games? No, it's not going to be the best way, but it's going to be the easiest way to get it done. And for some games, you really can't tell the difference. Plus, with each iteration of MAME, those games have actually gotten better in how they play. Alright, so I'm going to go to the ROMs folder right here. I'm just going to right click and paste. Alright, and that is it. I'm going to close this out. Now, FYI, I am using the Reapers right now. So this whole setup is already custom to Hook of the Reaper. So if you're using Hook of the Reaper, there's nothing more that you have to do. I can just come right here, click one of my games, BBH, and it's already set. I can hit my tab, I can look at my input settings, and you can see all my guns are already assigned. There is nothing more I have to do. The magic in the buttons being auto hotkey lies in the CTRLR. I have preached this a lot. This is a very powerful tool, a thing to use. And also, if you're not running Reapers, these are going to be the PID numbers. So it is already set 1, 1, 2. If you want 3 guns, then just set your third gun down here. There's a few guns that use that. But if you want to know what the number to your gun is, I have a preset file right here. And this is pretty accurate to the numbers. So let's say I want to set up my sendings. If I have send in blue, it's going to be 0F01, red 0F02. So all you got to do is replace these numbers right here. So if I want this to be my send-in, I can just go 0F01. And now I have my send-in blue gun as player 1, and so forth. I want to set that back to my Reaper since that's what I'm using. And all this right here, this is the customization keys. globally. And then down here is games individually because some of these games have their buttons backwards, like the Big Buck Hunters, for example. They have the button 2 and button 3 swapped. So if you're trying to reload, you'll have to use your mouse middle, which should be your reload button. Car King, Firefox. Some of these games just weren't meant to run on these, and this is able to get it set up. Hook of the Reaper now. Let's go ahead and set that up for Reapers. This is already pretty much set up. The only thing that you'll need to do is just find the COM port of your gun. So I'm going to go ahead and launch Hook of the Reaper here. Open this up. We're going to go to Edit, and we're going to go to Edit Player Assignment. Like I said, these are already well, I got one gun, not two of them set up. So let's go ahead and do that again. Edit light gun. Let's go ahead and delete that and start fresh. There we go. So go ahead and delete what's in there. Then we'll go to edit light gun again. First note, save light gun. File, add a light gun. A default light gun is going to be my Reaper. And I'm just going to put RS player 1 or P1. Really doesn't matter what you name it. This is the important part right here, your COM port. Just click on it, and then you can move it with your mouse arrow. You're just going to move it until you see this product ID right here come up with your PID number for your gun. So we're at number 5, 5750, and I'm just going to get add. And then next we're going to do our second one. So we'll do player 2 here. I'm just going to rename that. COM port, I already know it's 5, so we'll go with 6. And it's number 6, because I can tell it's 5751. Add and close. Now, if you want to do your other guns that's not Reapers, watch 6bolt's video. He has all his guides on how to do it. Super easy. He has a playlist that handles just doing per gun. So if you got your MX, you got your Sendens, whatever, he'll walk you through all that. We're not done yet. We're going to have to assign these guns to player assignment. Come up here, player 1, RS player 1, RS player 2, assign and close. And since I want to use this, I want to leave this open and just minimize it. You do want your Hook of the Reaper running if you plan on running your Hook of the Reaper with your MAME. And we're already set up. I mean, that's it. There's really nothing more you got to do. Let me go over these tools and show you how they operate. So anything marked with a Y is going to be your tools. So if I want crosshairs off, crosshairs on, I can do that here. So I'm just going to go crosshairs off right here. Main bezels, these are going to handle your non-Senden stuff. Your Senden ones will be right here. So since I'm using non-Sendens, I'll be working right here. So I don't want to play with a full screen of bezels or with my main bezels. I do like my main bezels. And don't want scan lines or no scan lines. I like my scan lines. And then let's just start Area 51 here. You should get a shake in your gun to show that it connects. Get my quarters in, start. Got my shot in. Alright, and it's not working for me. Forgot this is one of the Lua games. So I will need to get the Lua file set up here, which again I'm not setting that up in this video for you. So let's go ahead and do one and know that will work. Alright. You can hear that. Now you can hear my guns rattling. Just like that. Now let's go ahead and test out a. Say I want my sending. Let me just send in. So I want my sending border up. Give it a few seconds to change. And these are just going to be the rest of the games. These are non-Hook of the Reapers. So you can tell because they don't have the one HOR. That just tells you that it's a Hook of the Reaper game that can be used for that. And we'll do see Virtua Cop. It's also an M2 game. As you see, we got our bezel going on now. It's playing. It works. Now I can go back to my main bezels, and this is without sending. Since we're not using sending, we don't need the white border. And there's a whole list of games here. I'm not going to go over them with you because I want to keep this pretty short for you. Now, let's say you do have the Lewis, everything's good. So what you want to do is, let me pull this up here. We have the script folder right here. So go ahead and add a folder called scripts. And even if you don't have these, it'll be a good placeholder. You'll have your scripts right here, and that's what they'll look like. I'm not going to open the contents up for you, but just so you know, if you have them, that's what they're going to look like. And you would just move those into your scripts folder. But that's not all you have to do. And this is already in the setup process here. So you go to your INI, and you're going to have your any and Lua folder. So I'm right here, area 51. It's just off screen at reload. Now I want to use my Luas. So you go to the Lua here. We're going to highlight all these, right click copy, and then we're going to paste them. Replace all files. And the magic in here is it activates the auto boot scripts in the scripts area Lou is looking for. Now if we don't have those scripts in that area, the game's going to crash. It's not going to load up. So now, remember how earlier we played Area 51 and we did not have the Reaper stuff going on? We should have it now once I get this started. Give me a second. Okay, might help actually had those scripts in there. So let's go ahead and get those in here. And that's what I was talking about. The scripts were not in there, so the game just crashed. We do that again. Our game operates. The gun shakes. And if the gods are praying are good to us, we'll actually have recoil this time around. See, nothing right now. You hear that? Now we have recoil. Oh, and if you're using your retro shooter Reapers, the button closest to the joystick, you can just hold that in for 3 to 5 seconds and will automatically close out the game for you. Um, and everybody, that's it. Like I said, it's gonna be short. There's nothing more here I can show you. That's it. I mean, you can actually go into your MAME and launch the games through here if you want. If you just go to working, you want to go to available, and it should bring everything up for you. So we got 113 here, but there's more through here. Oh, also, well, I'll show you real quick. We have a Time Crisis blue side, and then we have a Time Crisis red side. So think blue side as your player two. Yeah, so the light gun release, if we're talking about the Uncle Rick, that'll probably have to be towards the end of this year. There is a lot that one have to do to make that to standard. However, I am currently finishing up. Finishing up the Retrobat build, which does have light games on it. Yeah, they run very well, and probably about the closest to a plug and play that you can get. All right, so it looks like you'll have to manually do this, but just do this one time. Hit your tab button, go down to where is it at? Dip switch. Nope. Slot devices. Machine configuration. Right, blue. And this will save after you exit. So now, if I go dip switches and reset the system, we should start the game on the blue side. So I actually have two different Time Crisis games for that reason here. But this one, I believe, does not have Hook of the Reaper compatibility. At least as far as this version goes, I think the newer version it does. Okay, so let's see if we're the blue guy now. Okay, so now we're the blue guy. All right, so anyways, everyone, that's it. Thanks for joining me. I hope this helps you out. I hope this helps you get your MAME light gun games going. You know how to reach me if you have any questions in the Discord and Lunatics on these videos. Hey, what's up, Virtual Postman? We're actually getting ready to finish up here, but this video should be up for watch probably in about an hour or so, just whenever YouTube processes it, so you can catch up there. And I will have a another download, which I'll have that edited in the main video. So I'll have two downloads, and that should help you out. Okay, anyways, I hope this helps y'all out. If you have any issues, let me know. I'll try to help you out. And if I can get this updated with the latest MAME hooker, which I should be able to just whenever I find time to actually play around with it, then it should be going good. Anyways, you all have a great one, and I will catch you next time.